menopause, I'll call it perimenopause.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
How would you describe it? Like, how do you feel about it? Are you anxious? Yeah. How do you feel about what's coming down the road?
I actually have a lot of grief around it.
Oh,
I do. There's something, I mean, I've never had children of my own.
yeah.
And so like to think that that's a piece of me that I could, that it is winding down.
Yeah, it's not in
It's not done yet, but it's winding down. Like I don't know. It's not something I'm dealing with the grief of it. It's not like it's changing my mind to go and have my own child.
Can you imagine having a child right now?
We've talked about that. I can. There's a part of me that I would absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like I know that my whole life would change and I would throw myself into that child. That's what's been so great about having stepsons is like, I never really had to be that way.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? I always got to be like, chill and like, it's your kid. I'll let you handle it. And I was always, I'm here for you if you need me, you know.
Oh my God.
I definitely would not. I did. I
parenting.
got the best of all the worlds, but I definitely would not be that way.
No. Yeah. But I can imagine that, I can imagine there is a grief. I mean, I even went through, I think I've told you this before, that I hit a point in my perimenopausal years that I was just like so frustrated and I couldn't find the door out. I think that's the problem about menopause is sometimes you can't mentally find the door out. And I was meditating and I had this thought, like, stop being so mad at my ovaries. Like, my ovaries,
what did they ever do
to me? Like, every single month they've shown up and released an egg. And they've done it very rhythmically. And now they're going into retirement and they produced two beautiful children for me. So there was like this real, if you think about men don't have an organ inside them that stops working.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. There is a bit of death that goes along with it. Like there's a real reason why grief shows up, I think. And yeah, I don't think I'm afraid of it. It just makes me a little sad.
Yeah. Are you scared of aging?
No, not really. The most annoying thing right now is the 5 pounds that I can't seem to move.
Yeah.
I'm like, where did this come from? Because when I started, we did start me on a low dose estrogen patch, and since then, I'm like, oh, my body's changed a little bit, but we had this conversation last night. I'm like, why?
You're wanting to go through it perfectly.
Well, because I'm doing a fitting for the show that I'm about to do, and I'm like, oh, it's like I have to get over the fact that like my body's just shifted a little bit. It's not like drastic where everybody like can tell. It's just it's shifted for me, but my mind, I'm not, I don't have as many challenges when I ovulate or, there was all these things I was dealing with my cycle where it was just, I would have these like 3 or 4 days here and there that were just like really intense. And ever since we started with estrogen, I'm much more even keeled.
You're not as bitey.
I'm not as bitey. And like, I'm sure my husband's excited about that. And so, for me, like just mentally being able to be clearer and a little more stable has, I give up a couple pounds.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about this. I think this is a really big challenge when we're going to bioidenticals, especially. It's like, okay, do I want mental health? And yes, I would take mental health over any other health, any given day. But am I willing to carry these extra 5 pounds in places that don't feel good?
And a couple of years ago, I would say I would not. I would have been like, oh no, I'm not. Like, take me off this patch.
Yeah. What about like wrinkles? Have you thought about doing Botox?
I have an amazing facialist that like zaps my face into submission, and like I have beautiful. Not. Thank you. I have not put Botox in my face in a long time. I did a long time ago, way too young. Yeah, it was just because I was afraid of getting wrinkle, but now like I like my face to move and be expressive. And it's not to say that I won't. Like I don't know. I'm not against it. I just don't. That's not the path for me right now.
Yeah, I think it's just there's too much on the toxic load that we just don't know enough about.
So, it's so true. Yeah. And that's when you really think of what you're putting in your body. And I found other ways to be able to work with this. So until that stops working and we need to find a new path, no, I'm clean
Yeah. Okay. And what about your breast implants?
Yes, they're still there.
Yeah. What have you thought about for those?
I like them.
You like them? They're friends.
I like them.
And he's happy with them.
Yeah, exactly. It was so good
anyway.
Yeah, I was telling you, I was like looking at myself after the shower and realized like I don't even realize that they're there anymore.
Yeah.
No, we've talked about this. Like that's the one thing. It's a big commitment to
commitment.
Yeah, and I haven't been willing to go there yet. And not that I'm not willing to talk about it, because we've actually had a lot of discussions about this.
Yeah.
But that's, like you've always told me, that's a big commitment. If we can take out, let's see where we get without that. And then if there was any toxicity from that, I think Evo's definitely helped. I have never found, like I've done my research on it. I've heard a lot of women talk about the issues that they've dealt with. And I don't find myself relating to those. And if there was anything there, like I said, I think we found ways to clean my system. So it's not to say that I won't ever take them out, because at some point I'm going to have to figure out what to do with them, because they do expire at a certain point.
Yeah.
So we're coming up to that in the next few years. So I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do. And if there's another way to remove these, then yeah, I'm open.
What blew me away with you on the breast implants, and why I want to bring it up to my audience, is that I think there's a lot of messaging out there that like breast plant illness, you got to get them out, you got to get them out. And I would say I was in that camp until I walked your health journey, because in the back of my mind, I was like, I literally was asking myself, like, can we do this without cleaning up your mouth and taking breasts out, like, and just taking every toxin out of the body? And we have. I mean, Evo was such a hero there, and everything we did, but we've been able to do it without. So the reason that toxins become symptomatic is because the body can't adapt anymore. And so it's like overloaded because there's way too many. But we pulled so many toxins out that the body is regulating and adapting if those are still toxic issues for you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, I haven't, like I said, I've done a lot of research on it. It's definitely a conversation we've had, and it's not something that I've shut the door to at all. But I haven't noticed the symptoms that most women talk about.
Yeah.
If I did, and that was something that I definitely, related to, then it would be a major conversation for us, for sure.
Yeah, it's just a big process.
Yeah.